when you open a bricks and mortar store, you are often forced to make this decision between the store with less foot traffic but low rent, or the store with more foot traffic and higher overheads. Now, with each of these choices comes a trade-off. The lower rent means that you can invest more money into stock, into advertising, into staff, and you can grow your business at a steady pace. Now, the higher rent option puts you in a position of having to achieve a really high turnover of product and sales in order to stay afloat. And you need to do that relatively quickly, or you need to have a good buffer of cash to keep that cash flow going. Now, one of the Bringing Business to Retail community members, Jessie, opted for that lower foot traffic, low rent store. And her question was, we're on a shoestring budget. We have great word of mouth and a good Facebook presence, but we're not in a good foot traffic location. And we need to inexpensively figure out how to reach grandparents who may or may not be as wired as well as mums of kids under 10. So what low cost strategies can Jessie and those of you with low foot traffic stores have? What can you do? What can you implement to bring those customers in? Well, first off, I have to say, Jessie, do not underestimate grandparents, because when it comes to the power of Facebook, according to quite a few demographics reports and research out there, Facebook's fastest growing age is people over the age of 25. And I went and researched a few, I'll pop them in the blog post, but there was a report that when it comes to social media, 56% of internet users aged over 65 now use Facebook to stay connected. So that's 56% of people over the age of 65. So more than half of the people over the age of 65 are on Facebook. So don't, if you've already got that great Facebook presence, capitalize on it. Don't diss it, and use some really highly targeted Facebook ads to go out and reach those grandparents. But you want to know strategies to get people in the door. Now, getting people in the door is the hardest part of the sales process. So if you don't have a lot of passers-by to draw in via your store windows or your shop signage, then you need to think outside the box. And if you've got some great word of mouth referrals like Jessie has, then ramp up a campaign to capitalize on that great reputation. Think about how you can incentivize your existing customers in order to get them to tell their friends and family about you. Now, whatever campaign you put together will be relative to your store. And if you've got a bricks and mortar shop front, remember that you have the advantage of being able to meet and chat with your customers on a daily basis. So think about teaming up with other local businesses where you know those grandparents are shopping at, and work out a campaign that actually allows you to share or refer your current customers to each other's stores. And when it comes to getting customers into an out-of-the-way store, my favorite is to host live events. If Jessie wants to go after grandparents, think about what their interests are, what their hobbies are, and then put on an event to bring them in. For the price of some tea, coffee, and a few bickies, you'll get to feature all that your store has to offer to the exact demographic that you want to draw in. Now, the truth is, if you go with that low overhead store, you need to set aside a percentage of that money that you've saved towards a strong, consistent marketing strategy. Not one-off marketing, but a consistent marketing strategy. You need to have a plan in place that is constantly topping up that sales funnel that we talked about in last week's episode, because you need a lot of people coming in just to get the people who buy. Now, I have had both the store with the high foot traffic and the high overheads, and the low foot traffic and the low overheads. And each store can utilize different strategies to bring in more customers. So if you'd like to get access to those proven strategies that will bring in more customers to your store, whether you're on or offline, check out the 21-day boutique bootcamp, because inside you'll find 21 low or no cost ways to bring more customers into your store. So I hope that has helped you, Jessie, and others out there with low foot traffic stores who don't have a lot of people passing by on a daily basis. There are ways to get those customers in. You just need to think about it. You need to have a plan in place. And in fact, next week, I'm going to be showing you behind the scenes of my marketing campaigns or my marketing strategy. It's going to be great for video because I'm going to be showing you exactly how I plan out what I'm going to be doing for the next quarter. And I'm sure it's going to help you, even though we have different things that we're selling. I'm helping you guys, so I'm a coach, but you guys are selling products. The fact is you can take my strategy and you can use it in your business. So if you would love to hear more about that, then stay tuned next week for our Facebook Live at 12:30 p.m. on Wednesday, Sydney time. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure you come over to selinaknight.com/BBTRTV and you can talk more about strategies. If you've got your own strategies that you use, I would love to hear about them. And if you want to ask some questions, either come and join the Bringing Business to Retail group and you can ask those questions live, or you can pop over to the blog and you can put your questions there and I'll pop in and answer them. So until next week, be profitable. This episode is brought to you by my new resource, the 5-minute hack to make you a copywriting ninja. If you have an online store, then this is for you. It will show you exactly how you can update your product descriptions in order to make more sales. Download it for free at selinaknight.com/ninja.